Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this review, to this Dazzled or Disappointed of the new Violet Voss Best Life palette. You guys know I love all things sparkle and glitter. So this one was right up my alley and I have a lot of thoughts for you guys. A demo, swatches, details, everything you need to know about this palette to know if it's right for you. So if you're interested in seeing all of that, then just keep on watching. I'm going to move a little bit quickly. I'm running a little bit late to get out the door. So first of all, let's just go over the outer packaging. Then I'll take you into the Sephora website and kind of give you those details there. But you may have already seen this all over the internet. This is what the box looks like. It is the Best Life palette by Violet Voss. So let's just go ahead and go into the Sephora website for real quick details. It is retailing for $49 and it says it's a fun all-in-one palette with 14 pans of trendy eyeshadow shades in a stunning array of finishes and 7 larger-than-life pans of finely milled pressed glitters. It says, the Best Life palette will inspire you to live your best life in your daily routine, on vacation, or at any special event. It was designed to provide everything you need to create any look. This all-in-one palette includes highly pigmented matte shades that blend like butter, foils that are wet to the touch and contain reflective pigments for a gorgeous shimmering finish, creamy satin shades, stunning metallic shades, and 7 finely milled pressed glitters that will add an unforgettable sparkle to any look. It features a gorgeous mix of essential neutral tones and pops of color that will let you achieve endless looks. So, let's go ahead and go into some details. You do get 1.21 ounces or 34.3 grams. I will tell you it is made in PRC, and I think that's all we need to go over for now. Let's start diving into this palette. So I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to tell you that the palette matches the box. That makes me happy because that means I feel comfortable throwing away the box. You guys know I am a sucker for packaging. There's times where the box, I love it and I want to keep it. So I end up leaving my palette in their box. So this one, it matches the box and I really do like the packaging. If you watched my Sugar Crystals review, you guys know I loved the product inside, but I wasn't as thrilled about the packaging on the outside. This one does it for me. This is what I know to be the Violet Voss really cute packaging. No skimping on anything, and this one I am here for. So it's got, well, first let's go over the back. It just has a diagram of what's inside. I never find the diagrams on her palettes to be like super exciting. Not that they ever are on any palette, but it's just so, I don't know, it's okay. Anyways, it has a magnetic flap that opens up and you've got a whole lot going on in here. So the first thing that you see when you open these up are your 7 large pans of glitter. Like the description said, they're finely milled. We'll go over that here in a little bit. And then right here it says, always live your best life. I love that. Open it up and you've got your mirror down on the flap below, and then you've got what you would consider, oh guys, I'm sorry, your typical standard eyeshadow palette here. So your 14 shades are right here, and then you've got your glitter shades over here. Now I will tell you also it closes like this, so this is in the middle so that they're not kind of mixing. I know some of you guys, when I had posted that I purchased the Melt Impulsive palette, y'all were concerned that when you close it, the loose powders will kind of mix in the pans of product, in each other's pans of product. So obviously this is not a concern because you've got this separation here. So before we go into the demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you swatches like I usually do, and we will, after that, there's a lot of swatches to go through. After that, we're going to go into the demo. Stay tuned. First 4, we've got Paradise, Cocktails, Friends, and Love. This one right here looks like it's insanely metallic. It looks like a bright, shiny new coin. Next up, we have got Living, Parties, Vacation, and Holiday. Here we go, Summertime, Sunsets, Getaway, and Money. And I'm gonna keep adding to my arm just because for sake of time, and it takes time to like wipe down each set. So this is that set right there. Total scratch that because I don't like how the swatches show up as well on my arm. I feel like they show up better on my hand. So let's do the last two. We've got Desserts and we've got Peace. Little patchy there. Some of that is my error, but some of that does indeed swatch patchy. We'll get into that here in just a bit. Now let's go into the glitters. These are the kind of things I live for. I love sparkle and glitter. Here are the first four. We've got Laughs, Happiness, Sunshine, and Success. So much glittery goodness. I can't even. Last three are Happy Hour, Pets, and Hugs. I wonder who comes up with these names. This is so holographic. It's really ridiculous. Alright guys, that wraps up the swatches portion of this review. Now it's time to get into the demo. So I want to walk you through how I did this today. I obviously was going for mermaid vibes or something. I think I was really thinking of what I was going to wear, and I kind of matched my eyes to my outfit. But if you're interested in seeing how I got this, then stay tuned because we're about to go into the demo portion, and then I'll be back for my final thoughts. Let's go. Let's start off with the shade Cocktails. This is what we're going to put in our crease as our transition shade. Obviously I'm frustrated because I started doing my eye and realized my camera wasn't even recording, so I'm sorry about that. Next, we're going to go in with the shade Parties, very blue summery color. Placing this on the outer portion of my lid, and then I'm also going to place it on the inner portion of my lid as well, leaving the middle area blank. Next up, it's time to go in with the shade Money. I'm just going to use my finger. I find that my finger is the best way to apply these types of shades. It goes on more opaque. I have to go in with less product, and it's just easier all around. Next up, I'm going to take some concealer because I'm going to carve out a little bit of my inner corner so that we can lay down one of the other shades. So this is going to give us that canvas. And going in with the shade Living, just going to place this right over top of that concealer that we just laid down. Next up, it's time for some glitter glue. You guys know I am huge on glitter glue, and obviously it's because we're going to use one of the glitters. I'm going in with the shade Happy Hour, also with my finger. These are so easy to apply. They feel like sand because they are so finely milled. I'm just going to place this right on the middle of my eyelid. Next, going in with the black shade, it's called Holiday. I'm going in with a very little bit at a time because I don't want this to get messy very quickly. I am literally just laying it down a very little bit at a time, and I'm trying to stay in one little area. It's time for liner, and my lashes are drying, my lash glue, so it's the never-ending wait for my lashes to get tacky. Alright, lashes are on. Now it's time for the lower lash line in the shade Vacation. It's the purple shimmery shade. I find that teals and blues along with purple just pair really, really well together. That's gonna wrap it up for this demo. Hope you enjoyed. Alright guys, I hope you found that easy to follow. I hope that you enjoyed the demo portion. I have been doing that for the last few reviews, and I hope that you find it beneficial. Let me know in the comment section below if you really do like that, if that's the way you prefer reviews. Obviously, these reviews are for you. I know what I want to buy for myself, and I just like to share how I like a product. So these reviews are for you guys. So let me know in the comment section below, do you like the demo? Do you feel like you can live without the demo? I'm assuming it's helpful, but just want to get y'all's take on that. So let's just go ahead and go into final thoughts, and I'm going to break it down into the different types of formulas. First off, I've already told you about the packaging. I really like this packaging. I like that they fit so much into a palette that's not overly bulky. It's got the divider between the glitters and the regular eyeshadows. I love how this ombre look goes, like the purple blue into the pink into the orange. It's very summery. I do like it very much. So let's just go ahead and start off with the mattes. It's hard to hold up just because I don't want to blind you with this mirror. So the mattes I have found to perform just fine. I don't think they're anything out of this world, but they're also not bad. They're very chalky. I don't feel like they're as buttery as the description. They are a little bit chalky and dry to me, especially this black shade, but I find that they perform just fine. I don't have any issues applying them. They blend just fine. I don't have to put a whole lot of extra work into them, but they also don't blend themselves like a Natasha Denona. But of course, we're talking about different brands here, and that's luxury. So the mattes in this palette, just fine. I have no issues. If you are hardcore for a black in your palette, I think this one does the job. I don't think it's the best black I've ever used. So in the demo, I went in very gently. I think also the brush I was using, it's a little bit more like stipply, so I had to be a little more cautious to not spread that black all over. I think it does the job. It's not the softest, most richest black I've ever used, but if you are partial to having a black shade in your palette, then this has it and it does the job. Now let's move on to these shimmery shades. So we're talking the blue I used, the green that I used, ooh, that copper shade. This shade is probably one of the best performing shades in the palette, the Love shade. These are so good. They apply very easily. They layer very well. I have found that with a couple of them, like the blue that I used today, which was called Parties, I have found that one, like, I like how it goes on, even with a brush. You guys know that I like to apply those preferably with a finger, but based on the look I did today, I really did have to go in with a brush. So I have found that I like to layer. The first application doesn't give me as rich of pigment as I want, so once I go in with the second layer, it gives me incredible pigmentation. So layers very easily, no issues, no flaking. There is fallout. I did have to brush fallout away quite a bit when doing this eye. I already had my foundation on and everything, so I was like, ugh. So this is a palette best used before you use your foundation. But they are very just rich, easy to use, very soft, and I like them very much. Let me take a step back and take you back into the mattes. I have found, now if you are a person that likes a huge variety of mattes in your palette, obviously this is not going to give it to you as far as like multiple transition shades and deepening shades. I have found that at times I like to pull a different palette in order to supplement certain matte shades because there's not a whole lot of variety. So what I'm trying to get at is your matte shades in this palette, there's not a whole lot of variety to be able to do different things in the crease and transition and all of that stuff. So I have had to supplement. You may find that this works just fine. That's not a deal breaker for me. This works for me just fine because I do like supplementing different palettes. It helps me get more use out of my palette. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to touch on that because that's one thing I keep thinking of when I use this palette is, okay, well, I really don't have what I'm looking for the look I have in mind. I'll go to something else. Anyways, that's that. Let's move on to the glitters, shall we? Like what I wish I could have in every palette all the time. So these glitters are probably the best glitters I have used as far as like in a pan form. So you guys remember when I did the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, I forget what it's even called, the one with the sea turtle on it. I loved those glitters because you don't need primer, they're easy to put on, they are insanely sparkly. I love these even more than those. Now, you do have to use glitter glue or a tacky base with these. You really do, because if not, it's a mess and it will get all over the place. But I have always been hardcore and I have always been an advocate for using glitter glue. Put it to use. It'll keep your glitter on all day. Avoid the fallout. Avoid the annoyance of what is glitter and getting all over the place. We all know that. These, as the description said, they're finely milled. They are the most finely milled glitters I have ever felt. And what I love about that is that tells me it's a little safer for the eye area. There are certain glitters that are chunky that really aren't safe for the eye area. They can cut your eye if they get in your eye. These are so finely milled, they feel like sand to the touch, and all you have to do is swipe a little bit and you get a crazy amount of product. So you kind of want to build up if you're not looking to go for super intense right off the bat, because they are very glittery, very sparkly, and they build up very, very quickly. So easy to use, you guys. Just lay down the glitter glue, pat this on top, and oh my goodness, this Hugs shade is probably my favorite out of all of them. And I have to say, I even think I like this formula, whatever, better than the little pots of loose glitter. I love my Anastasia loose glitters. What else do I have? I know I have a couple others. I can't remember which ones. I love it in this format because look, I've got literally, instead of having seven little pots of glitter, I've got it all in one-stop shop right here in pan form. It's already there, easy to use, easy to grab. If you are a glitter lover, this is right up your alley. So all in all, $49 for this thing. I'm like, how is that even possible that so much comes in a palette that is $49? So I'm obviously dazzled by this palette. There is so much going for this that this really has me living my best life. Every time I use it, I love it. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stop staring in the mirror. It's so sparkly, it's pretty, it's very metallic, and the color scheme just works. Like I said about the mattes, that's not a deal breaker for me, because if I want different brights or if I want different, I don't know, combinations as far as what's offered here, I just reach for something else. This thing is amazing. I have to say, I think this is my favorite Violet Voss palette. I have been very impressed with Violet Voss products. Every now and then there's something that's kind of a miss for me, but I really do like Violet Voss products, and this one is the best so far. Oh, get it? I'm just kidding. That was so corny. Anyways, so this really does have me living my best life. Love it. It's perfect for summer. The glitter is insane, and I highly, highly recommend if you, one, love sparkle and glitter, two, if you love a combination in a one-stop shop of your mattes, your metallics, your shimmers, and your glitters, or three, if you're looking for a really great summer palette, this is it. And again, so much in a really compact space. Can't beat that for $49, guys. Before I let you go, I want to give you the verse of the day in an effort to just encourage you, motivate you, and to tell you that Jesus loves you. It's not to shove anything down your throat, and if you feel like you want to click off here and now, I certainly understand. But I just want to impart a little love from me to you. Today's comes from 1 Chronicles 22:19, and it says, "Now devote your heart and soul to seeking the Lord your God." I know that sounds kind of, you know, it doesn't sound like a love verse, but it so is, because I can't even tell you how great my life has been with Christ by my side. And I don't mean that everything's perfect. I mean that I have him as my best friend, as the lover of my soul, just there in the good and the bad. Anyways, I hope that encourages you guys. I hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're new to my channel, and that you'll give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I love each and every one of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the very next video. Bye guys, thank you for watching.